Hello and welcome to this latest edition of 32 Jackpot Marketing Secrets from History's Greatest and Craziest Persuaders with David Lowenthal. I am David Lowenthal, and today we're going to be talking about the $4.5 million fundraising letter heard around the world. I got this idea for this video based on the fact that one of my favorite sales letters, fundraising letters in my mental swipe file is this thing called the Admiral Byrd letter, and this is not your average fundraising letter. None other than Gary Halbert, who's one of the best known copywriters in American, if not world history, certainly one of the most successful, said this is one of his top 10 swipe files to study. And this is a guy who's, most of the swipe files he recommended were his own, or most of the sales letters he recommended for people to study were his own. So, and they were very good. So it was rare that he would actually suggest somebody else's swipe file somebody else's letter to study. But that's beside the point. This letter was done by the Admiral Byrd Polar Exploration Center. They were raising money for a trip from for their top donors, raising money from top donors for a trip to fly them to 10 or 15 different locations around the globe, around the South Pole, in order for exploration for commercial and scientific inquiry, and they made it sound like it was this grand adventure. You spend $10,000, which is something like, this was in 1968, so this was $10,000 in 1968, which was something like $50,000 or $60,000 in today's money, and so you donate this sum. These were very wealthy people. You donate this sum to the Admiral's Byrd Center, and you'd be on this flight. And the letter goes in all sorts of detail about how you'll see, the majestic islands of the South Pacific, and you'll be in, Dakar, Senegal, Africa, seeing the exotic Africans, and you'll be in London, England, and you'll be in, Rome, and you'll see all of these exotic places. And there was also a kind of political excitement because it was 1968, so it's in the midst of the Cold War. So the letter is saying we need to beat the Soviets, and you can have a front row seat, changing history, to claim this land for America, and you're going to be part of this new exploration journey to these places. So it was really, really exciting. Long story short, the letter sold out all the spots. Made something like $500,000, which in today's money is approaching $4.5 million. So this is a huge, successful letter because it was so chocked full of imagery and excitement and curiosity. And it really played to the interest of the donor, because the donor, I looked into the backstory of this letter. They were targeted to owners of large yachts. So these are, men, these are, self-made men, millionaires, 100 millionaires who, were very risk-taking and entrepreneurial and, sought out danger. So they were the perfect subject of this letter, and man, it really killed, and it's just such a great example of great fundraising, because one of my main specialties is libertarian direct response fundraising, and so I like to see so many of the great sales letters are for commercial products, and that's great, but I also like to see great fundraising letters that I think can be learned by commercial direct response copywriters to use selling products, but also direct response fundraising copywriters have also made great strides in the industry. So I'll have a link to that letter in the description, along with a link to the David Lowenthal Report, which is my newsletter. It's the world's first direct response newsletter, direct response marketing newsletter. aimed at libertarian nonprofit marketers and libertarian entrepreneurs and business people for attracting a market of libertarian customers. So if you're interested in that, click the link below, subscribe. You'll get a free e-copy of my book, 32 Jackpot Marketing Secrets from History's Greatest and Craziest Persuaders, delivered instantly to your inbox. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.